Welcome, my Aquarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless shadow reading. I am your reader, Mark-Angelo Lyons Mal for short. They are my initials. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive. I am the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 books, with a third one on the way. The first one is called Spell Ingredients. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version available of Words of Grace and a link in the description box that you can click and preview a good chunk of the first part for free, including the table of contents, which is mostly divided into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. You may find it helpful. The original version of Words of Grace, as well as the only place to find spell ingredients from a professional witch, is over on patreon.com/drawingthecircle in our digital store. I've been uploading videos, classes, workshops, audios, prayers, meditations, a whole bunch of cool stuff over there. Some of my subscribers get those audios, videos, and books as part of their benefit package, depending upon their level of subscription, but all of my subscribers get the same 3 benefits: the daily check-ins when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link in the morning where we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with some kind of spiritual practice to send us on our way and the wisest way for me to start the day considering what I do for a living. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based. Yeah, relationship stuff, that's what we're calling it for right now. As well as they get a significant discount when it comes to booking me for private sessions, spiritual counseling and readings and all that stuff. We'll talk about that at the end of the reading if you want to chill for that. All of my subscribers and I are having a field day, particularly now that we are able to have free followers. You can follow us for free. I put out lots of public content just for my subscribers and those followers. Not posting that stuff anywhere else, so it is kind of exclusive to them, I should say, as well as you can check us out in a 7-day free trial as Seeker, which is ordinarily $3 a month, or Human, which is regularly $5 a month. But if you want to get the discount, you got to at least stay the month, right? And book me during that month, because that's only fair to my subscribers, so my lawyers tell me, and I agree. So it's the coolest thing I've ever done. I love me some Spotify. The digital store is wonderful. All the audios and videos now have 2-minute previews, so you can listen to them or watch them and dip a little toe. So click the link, check it out, look at the menu. We got some good stuff going on over there. Because on Patreon, come Playtreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark-Angelo Lyons. Yeah, but you can just call me Mal. Hey, my aqualungs and my aquariums. How are you? I hope you are all well. I'm pretty much all settled into my new home up in Saratoga Springs here in the studio temple, the temple studio. It's my magic room, whatever you want to call it. And very, very happy to be in a service. So let's do some explanation. Then we'll get into the divination from the new Aquarians and Crosswatchers. If you've heard it all before, feel free to jump ahead. But these readings have changed. These used to be called the 8-card draw shadow reads, a timed read. I would do them for the full moon to the new moon, the releasing, the letting go, the waning part of it. But since my schedule has changed, I'm doing readings in public at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs. You can contact them directly if you want to book me on the days that I am scheduled there. So my guide said, make them all timeless. So these are now called the Timeless Shadow Reads, and they're not always 8 cards. In fact, this time the aquariums are only getting 6, but they're rather powerful and intuitively chosen to help you alchemize your shadow to light, your lead to gold, your pain to peace, your toxicity to health, shifting from fear to love, from illusion to truth, the shadow work to face and feel and deal with what's going on in our energy fields, which that healing and shadow work can be delayed but not prevented. So that's what this 6-card draw is about. You can do a 6-card draw for anything, but we are doing it specifically for the shadow work, which is really important right now, because as one of us does our spiritual alchemy, our shadow work, we shift to a more golden timeline rather than a lead, right? Lead being toxic, gold being healthy. In the language of spiritual alchemy, 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table that cannot be created or destroyed, only released, transformed, transmuted, forgiven, surrendered. I prefer the language of spiritual alchemy, right? Alchemized. So we're going to start with the 8 chakra system that I learned from Caroline Myss, MYSS, PhD, author of Anatomy of the Spirit, which is where I learned about the 8 chakra systems, as well as her work with archetypes and sacred contracts. Really life-changing for me. So we'll get one of these. What's written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. We're calling that lead and gold. And it's hovering in your 8th chakra like a satellite, sending down all the codes, the programs, whatever you want to call it, to all the other chakras, shifting what we attract and what we repel, so that we have the free will to no longer delay the healing that cannot be prevented. You want to keep coming back over and over and over for this stuff. This is a way to do some serious healing and help everyone on planet Earth. So we'll start with one of those. The next 4 chakras down, we'll use Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the internal feminine energy, creative intuition, and all of that. We'll use the Mythic Tarot for the lower 3 chakras, the masculine energy, the yang dynamic. It can be a couple of different things. Can be you looking at yourself from the outside, right, like looking in a mirror. It can be you from the inside, looking at people, places, and things that you have relationships with in the physical world, including your relationship to yourself, who you want to be in the physical world. So we'll get root, sacrum, solar plexus with the Mythic Tarot. Then to help remove those obstacles between lead and gold, we are going to use the Whispers of Lord Ganesh. Lord Ganesh, the Hindu god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. I love him. He's wonderful, and this oracle is amazingly helpful for me. The Whispers of Lord Ganesh by Angela Hartfield. All of the readings in this series, we'll get that for those first 4 and the last one. So your wild card this time is a chakra reading card by Rachel Sharman, Rockpool Publishing. This does deal with the 8th chakra, as well as the one below the earth, the earth star sometimes it is called, to give you a little focal point, a little here, zoom in on this, fixed air, Gemini, whoops, Aquarius, right? To focus your mind, your beautiful, brilliant, healing minds, because I've never met an Aquarian that didn't have one. And then we will end with a Macon healing mantra. All the readings end with this one, pretty much, unless it doesn't, because, the guides change it up to keep it interesting for me and hopefully for my subscribers here on YouTube. And the healing mantras work, and I do feel like air signs have an edge. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, signs with mantras and affirmations and stuff like that, but particularly Aquarius, to fix the mind on a mantra. And these really work if you work them. So there's our explanation. Let's get down into the divination. The shift from one to other happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I promise you, I will do my best to help anybody do their spiritual alchemy, to shift us all into happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, and happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, and that includes the animals and the plants as well. So let's get into the still point, shall we? I'm ready. Let's do this, please. Take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, what is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra. For the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers, that they may be dealing with a reason, a season, or a lifetime, as well as they may be dealing with somebody who is dealing with this archetypal alchemy, the reason, season, or lifetime for this timeless shadow read. Ooh, the guide. Excellent. Another one jumped up, but we're not even going to see what it is. There are 9 different families of archetypes, groupings. The guide is the divine family. Can also be the wisdom family. Some of them have a foot in each, so you have to take that as it comes. Like I said, written on the card is the shadow and the light, lead, gold, 3 atoms in between. So, the shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Now look, I have the guide archetype. I am a spiritual counselor, and obviously this work is guided, right? I'm helping to guide. I can't do it for you, but I can do it with you. So I have never turned anybody away because of lack of finances, and we will talk about that at the end of the video. The light attribute, the gold, if you're going to go for the gold, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Prana, chi, reiki, quarks, subatomic particles, the E that equals mc squared. However you want to do that, everybody has guidance. But what does it mean to master that guidance, right? I highly recommend the book Living in the Light by Shakti Gawain. It's a rather old book, goddess rest her soul. But she said the most exciting life that you can have is really following the guidance that you get both through inspiration from the divine, in this case, as well as intuition, right? Acting on that. So, very cool. Sounds like a good place to start. Now again, cross-watchers, you might be dealing with an Aquarian who's got the guide archetype, or maybe it's you guiding, or not guiding, the Aquarian. So, let's look at the next 4 chakras down with Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye crown. To help the Aquarians alchemize the guide in the 8th. And this timeless shadow read, the star, very much an Aquarian card. I mean, look at it. It's even got like the water urn. So the star, well, particularly in a reading like this where there's only one card for a chakric zone, it's usually, in this case, all 4 of them working in unison. We're talking about alignment here. Sure, wish fulfillment, and all the stuff you hear on YouTube and written in books about the star card. But this is also about shining your light, being a star, and allowing, well, because look, how did we navigate on the planet before compasses, right? And maps? We used the stars, right? So this is a card of guidance, of grace, of inspiration, and perfect for the guide archetype. I'm digging this. Now look, a lot of times we get guidance and inspiration from the divine that's in all of life, and other people in our lives might not like it because they're scared. Well, Aquarians, you're sort of the heroes of the zodiac in that way, right? It's like, no, I have to take this hero's journey. I have to do what needs to be done. I gotta follow my guidance because it may not be everybody else's guidance, right? You might, well, freaks of the zodiac, you're probably used to it to an extent, but I would say certainly your mind being lit up with, well, let me think, crown chakra inspiration, third eye inspiration, throat chakra choice, spit, swallow, or chew on that inspiration, and heart that really lifting you up with the divine power in the heart chakra. This feels really good for a shadow read, but we ain't done. Let's look at the lower 3 chakras. Again, outside in, inside out, maybe mirroring, particularly with cross-watchers. Sometimes the reading is about the cross-watcher, but in relationship to the Aquarian, in this case, they're cross-watching for. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all Whoops. With harm to none. Hey, get in there. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on? Lower 3 chakras to help the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers alchemize the guide in the 8th star on the inner. For this time, let's read. Oh, 4 of Pentacles. Good. Stable, right? Maybe some boundaried stuff going on here. We see Daedalus, D-E-A-D-L-U-S, pardon the spelling on that if that was wrong. A Greek inventor, mostly known about with his son, Icarus, and the wings, and flying too close to the sun. But like we see in most 4 of Pentacles, the heart is being guarded and protected. So this absolutely could be minding your own business and following your own guidance, not necessarily being emotionally reactive, even if stuff's going on the inside, for you to maybe take some rest. 4s are usually numbers of rest, stabilization, right? Like the 4 corners of a room, or the 4 walls of a house, that sort of thing, and can be very much a healthy foundation, and certainly may indicate physical rest here while the guidance comes in. Now, we all have very active lives, or at least I do, particularly since I've moved here. I'm 15 minutes away from my parents now, so it's a very different gig than 5 hours away. So I know my rest is just absolutely essential for my nervous system, right? Just to be prepared to receive the guidance and grace that I need every single day to pull off what I came in to do in this life. So, I'm loving this for you, right? A little downtime, a little rest, but also maybe not necessarily sharing your emotions. And certainly the 4 of Pentacles can absolutely be about money. So keep an eye on that part about the highest bidder when it comes to giving or receiving spiritual guidance. Let's ask Lord Ganesh how to remove the obstacles between lead and gold. Please, take a nice deep breath. Oh, still point. Ganesh override. A place for everything. Everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all. And with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ganesh, what is your wise, loving, empowered oracle message to help the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers remove those obstacles, helping them with the spiritual alchemy, with the guide in the 8th chakra star on the inner, 4 of Pentacles on the outer, in this timeless shadow read? Courage. Aww. Courage, mon amour. So here's the heart stuff, right? The French word for the heart is cœur. So that's where we get that word from, courage. And it does take bravery and it does take courage to follow the guidance, even if everybody else is like, what are you doing? Beware, oh my guides say it often, beware the toxicity of the well-meaning, because it's their fear, that's their story. They might not be getting the same guidance that you are getting. So what does it take to put that into action? Maybe you're not letting on in the outside world what your scheme is. Just make sure it's not shady, right? There's not a shadow agenda going on there, rather than, okay, I'm receiving this guidance, I'm going to rest, I'm going to take this in. Because also 4 of Pentacles doesn't immediately speak of taking action, right? But definitely a grounding, stabilizing force. So these last 3 cards have bookie books with them, so I'm going to read you a little bit. Card number 50, Courage. The warmth of your open heart can give comfort to all who cross your path. So, family members, friends might freak out about what you're doing. You're Aquarians, you're used to it, I'm sure. But to be compassionate with them, to understand that their journey has brought them through pain that they may not have processed yet, and therefore fear, right? Fear to love. The root word for courage is cœur, which is the French word for the heart. Courage comes from the heart. It is an inner strength guided by love, which seeks truth and justice. This is sounding like another Aquarian superhero read. When you have the courage to be true to yourself, you start to feel empowered and act and live in ways true to your own soul without any illusions. Ganesh is urging you to let down your guard, 4 of Pentacles maybe there, and stop wearing a mask. Begin to have more respect for yourself as well as for others. Beware of making harsh judgment about yourself and others. When you come from the heart, you will find that you relate better to others. Your innate gifts will be able to shine through. With that star on the inner, yeah. You are capable of leadership, achievement, and inspiring others to succeed through your own success. There's a little bit more here I'm being guided to share. When you draw this card, it is a sign that your ability to cooperate and thrive in peer ventures with like-minded individuals is heightened. Be willing to do what is needed for things to run smoothly for you. Ganesha promises great success if you are willing to let down your walls. Well, there you go. Let down your walls, 4 of Pentacles. There it is. Right, but at the same time, sometimes the guidance is not today. Right, you're not going to share that with us, but you can tell by looking at people whether they are open or closed, right? Sometimes the door might be a little ajar. Is it a door or an ajar? It's a jarable door. It's an adorable jar. So, that does make sense here, right? The courage that it takes to just be on your own path, to be authentic. I mean, people don't like it, particularly inauthentic people don't like it. So take off the mask. Let us see that star within you, and we'll watch you guide your way and others by example. Leadership, right? Leaders lead by example. Teachers teach by example, and guides guide by example, even if the guidance isn't the same for everybody. So, which chakra of, I guess this is the 9 chakra system. Digging this one very, very much. It does have an affirmation in here as well for you. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved, not just you, but the higher selves of all involved, because there is this vibe, perhaps, of other people in your life that may be involved, so their higher selves have a say too. Please take a nice deep breath. This one's usually fun. Still point. Higher selves override. A place for everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved higher selves, which chakra would be the most helpful for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading to focus on, right? To help them do the shadow work, alchemizing the guide in the 8th star on the inner, 4 of Pentacles on the outer, removing those obstacles with courage in this timeless shadow read. Psychic development. How much you want to bet it's third eye? How much you want to bet? I don't use these cards for every reading I do, so I'm still learning them, but they seem to be pretty much on the nosy in terms of the guidance that they give. Let's stick with a theme here, but also the affirmations, like the mantras, work if you work them. Yep, third eye chakra, air, right? Air sign, fixed air, fixing the mind, like a laser, wrong element, but whatever. You have called upon this card today, as it is a powerful time to develop your psychic abilities. Now, I will be the first to say, I don't like the word psychic. Unfortunately, Linda Georgian and Dionne Warwick killed that word for me in the 80s and the 90s big time. That's why I call myself a professional intuitive, not a psychic. Because the word psychic, the root of the word is psyche, the soul, a Greek word that means butterfly as well as soul. It's the root of psychology. So, different meanings to different words, depending. That's why I go to the original meanings of words, right? So your psychic abilities, connecting to our psychic awareness, is like having an extra sense, like a sixth sense. I see dumb people. People often refer to it as the sixth sense. Everyone is psychic, including you, because everyone's a soul underneath it all. We're really lovely underneath it all, no doubt. And now it's time for you to deepen your psychic abilities. You could possibly have a lineage of psychic ancestors, ding, 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 as this gift can be handed down through your bloodline. And that has to do with your biological chemistry, your genes, your nervous system, right? All of that stuff. There are 4 main ways we can connect to our psychic abilities. there are more than 4, but I agree with these. Through vision, hearing, knowing, and feeling. These senses are like muscles. The more you work with them, the stronger they become. There's usually one sense that comes more naturally to you than the others. Like, I'm a clairvoyant empath, but empath is the feeling one, right? You don't always know it's you, if it's all you, or if it's the person next door or something going on the planet. You are encouraged to focus on it. This card is a reflection that it is time to start flexing your psychic muscle to discover new wisdom for yourself and others. It would be a great time to attend a workshop, to assist you read some books, listen to some podcasts, whatever medium suits. I'm not a medium. I'm a large. It's time to dive in. As you grow your abilities, you will receive an abundance of wisdom, love, and guidance, the guide archetype, to enjoy and share with others. But you may not be so ready to share that if you feel like the door is closed on that. I never, ever, ever, ever answer questions that haven't been asked, because that's annoying. Just, you know what you should do, is usually my response. Pulling this card could also mean that you have been working on your psychic abilities and you are encouraged to keep going, as the answers for you at this time will come through your connection to your higher self. This is such a powerful time of development and learning. Make sure you take the time to honor and nurture your gifts and this process. Your affirmation: I am deeply connected to my intuition and reclaim my psychic gifts now. Takes courage, right? Because you're going to see things that you did not want to see, and you are going to know things that you're going to wish you didn't know. But there is no healing without truth. Didn't make it that way. Not my fault. That's just the way this world works, apparently. So let's get this last card down. The Macon healing mantra. Really, like I said, air signs have an angle or a little extra skill, usually, particularly fixed air, to focus the mind. When the guidance may be confusing or conflicting with what you know or what others say and do. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Master override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect, accurate guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power and for the Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and their cross-watchers? The perfect healing module to help them alchemize the guide in the 8th star on the inner, 4 of Pentacles on the outer, removing obstacles with courage and developing their psychic abilities in this timeless shadow read. Resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Yeah. So yeah, you're most likely getting guidance that other people don't like, because it makes them scared. I'm scared if you do that. If you do that, this might happen. Which often comes down to superstitious thinking, right? Step on a crack, it's not going to break my mother's back, right? The things that we believe, and this is a very air kind of oriented reading, but do understand, you do not have to immediately act on the guidance that you get. Sometimes it has to germinate, it has to grow inside of you. So if you are feeling conflict from others, family, friends, the world at large, take some space for yourself. This is a good one. I get this one every now and again, because anger is passion blocked. So we can be very destructive with it, but we can also resolve that anger and put it to a more creative end with the right guidance. So conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Now look, I live alone and my cats don't piss me off, so I'm good. When anger is resolved, you are able to see your emotional reactions or the abrupt responses of others as evidence of profound transformation taking place. So think like element of fire, right? The element of transformation. You can't unburn a cookie. It's a one-way kind of thing. No going back, right? So to see that as even other people's eruptions as part of their alchemy that they're just not necessarily flowing with, right? If you want to see it that way, as well as your own. When anger is present, it acts as a sign of needing more space to face the feelings that are ready to be healed, or to balance out patterns of doing with moments of silent being. So if you're running into this anger at yourself, at others, at the world, it's a good thing, because anger is that power. It is what can open the heart if you allow yourself to understand that underneath all anger is a feeling of powerlessness for everybody, right? And underneath all powerlessness, there is pain, there is lead, there is fear. So you can be very compassionate to other people and open your heart and be brave, right? Allowing that courage to remove the blockages here, as well as developing your insight, right? Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, the clairs. I want there to be a clair of egg, because I do like an egg clair. This mantra is ideal for managing stress, deepening interpersonal communication, which I think is on the table here for you all, and tempering frustration, right? Particularly now, look, I've been doing this work for decades. I started reading tarot when I was 12 years old. I'm 55. Yeah, I know, and I look at thanks, Mom, for the DNA, and thank gods for rapid wrinkle repair. That being said, a lot of times people have asked over and over and over again, well, what do you think I should do? What's your guidance? What do you see for me? I tell them, and then they don't do it. It's like, okay, that's, that you gotta let go. You just gotta say, all right, and sometimes you gotta put up a boundary, right? Well, I teach tarot for people who want to read professionally. I haven't done it in years, but I might be doing it again up here in Saratoga Springs. And the truth of the matter is that you don't have to take it personally, right? You do the best that you can, and understand that there are things called tarot junkies. Tarot junkies or divinatory junkies will go from reader to reader to reader to reader to reader to reader until they hear what they want to hear, so they get their way instead of taking the way that the divine is guiding them to go in. And that could be very frustrating, and are you kidding? Who nails it? Even if you're listening to your guidance and doing your best, you don't have to cross every T and dot every I. You can't do it wrong, but you can believe you're doing it wrong. So taking the courage to even take a baby step, inner and or outer. And when you feel anger, take it as a sign, okay, the transformation is happening. Let me pull back. Let me go into prayer, meditation, Zen underwater, basket weaving, yoga, whatever it is that you do to allow this guidance to flow through you. It's a good read. Makes sense, right? None of it's like, nothing sticks out like a sore thumb in this read. So we're going to put this together in a blessimation, a combination of a blessing and a summation if you are new, and then we'll talk about other cool stuff if you want to hang out for it. Please, one last time, take a nice deep breath if you like. This is my favorite part. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize the guide archetype, the light attribute, embracing that they represent the nature of the divine and life and in themselves, that there's only one of us incarnate here, while they embrace the star, the guidance, the grace, the inspiration, and the light that shines within them, that light may be let out into the world, although with the Four of Pentacles, it can be done with healthy boundaries. It can be done with rest, taking space for themselves so that they don't have to deal with everybody else's opinion or fear of what it is that they receive, so that they can cultivate the courage and remove the obstacles and be a leader, even silently and by example, which is what a lot of Aquarians do that I know of. while they tune into their third eye and work on their psychic development, because it is an aspect of the soul, the immortal soul, that the personality integrates in order to help heal the ego, which helps everybody heal in the alchemy, so that they can resolve anger, allowing conflict to remind them when they need more space for themselves. And may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to do the shadow work needed to shift from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxicity to health, shifting from fear to a love, embracing truth over illusion, for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, in the golden timeline of our lifetimes, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So would it be. And so it is. Avengers assemble. Justice League trouble alert. I love this reading. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. Helps other cross-watchers and aquariums find the reading. I think we need more of this on the planet, don't you? And if you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe, because I'm not stopping. This is a wonderful outlet for me to do what I do. Feel like commenting, please do hit the notification bell. You'll know when the next reading or whatever it is that I'm going to do next comes out. But if you want the deeper dive, a little more of the heavy-duty Judy, come check out patreon.com/join the circle. You can shop in our digital store. You can follow us for free. You can 7-day free trial as Seeker or Human. But all of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, which I love doing. They're great. I really, really love them. What else do they get? Oh yeah, all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s, all my timeless reads. The part 2s are timeless, right? They're all relationships, soulmate, twin flame, blah, blah, blah. As well as they get a significant discount on private sessions. When they book me in person, I have an office downstairs that's being set up, or online with Zoom. We'll talk about that next. I love that they get that discount because I get to work more and do what I love and allow the guidance to come through as it is requested. So yeah, click the link. At least check out the store. All of the audios and videos in our shop have previews now, little dip-a-toe stuff, about 2 minutes. Oh, it's really cool. I love it. So click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. So I am the Archangel of Lions, Markangela Lions. Look, there's a lion. But you can just call me Mal, and if you would like to book me for a private session, I am available. Clients come first. Particularly my Patreon clients come first, right? They're helping me pay my bills and helping me fulfill my contracts in the divine plan for permanently peaceful people populated paradise planet Earth. But there, of course, there is a video in the description box, a YouTube video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal, which will explain the whole thing for you, what my boundaries are, what I do, what I don't do, what I charge, right? The Patreon discount is discussed there. We can do it as a Zoom thing where I record it and take pictures of the spreads, and then I send you the recording, you download it, I send you the pictures, you tell me you've downloaded it, and I delete all of it so only you have it, because confidentiality is key in what I do for a living. Sometimes that might be that Four of Pentacles too, keeping your own confidences, or maybe the confidences of others. So yeah, the most important thing that I say in that video, Booking Private Sessions with Mal, is that I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances, right? Places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. I don't want to have to reincarnate because of that. Nope, on a rope, not gonna happen, right? So watch the video. It's a hoot. My mom likes it, so we're keeping it. And I did it for the 21st anniversary of the company, where I finally raised my prices after 25 years. Yeah, I think it's worth it. So yeah, watch the vid. It's a lot of fun, and I love it. And seriously, come on. Aquarians, you see things from the stratosphere, fixed air, right? You see things that other people don't see. And with a usual humanitarian bend, your impulse might be to want to share the guidance and the grace with people as you go. But remember, there's always a way through, right? The only way out is through. So if you're feeling yourself angry, take it as a sign that it's okay, I'm going to follow this guidance, and I'm going to take my space for myself and develop my psychic abilities. And I'm going to be Jean Grey or Professor X. I just don't want to have to shave my head, so I'm going to pass on that. I'd rather be Emma Frost, honestly. Just X-Men all over us, didn't I? Oh, well, there you go. It is a hero read. What do you want? Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So hang in there. I believe in you. Follow your heart. Follow your guidance. Follow your grace. And do it with courage. I love you. You've got this. Hang in there. Heal. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed.